Diddy is being charged with the same crime multiple times under the Rico charge. Now, we knew based off the indictment that some of the charges that fall under the Rico charge, Diddy was being charged with more than one time. But now the government has made their verdict list for the jury, and we know exactly what Diddy is being charged with under the Rico. And this is a big deal because with the Rico charge, the jury only has to find Diddy guilty of 2 crimes that fall underneath of it for him to be found guilty of Rico. So let's go ahead and break down all of the charges that are falling under the Rico charge that the jury is going to have to decide if Diddy's guilty of. So as you can see, this is the verdict sheet that the government is wanting the jury to use for all of Diddy's counts. And the first question is if they found Diddy guilty of the Rico charge. If they found him guilty, they want the jury to list out each of the charges that fall under the Rico charge that they found Diddy guilty of. This is also a big deal because the more charges that they say are proven if they find Diddy guilty is more time that he will get on the Rico charge. The first one has to do with kidnapping, including attempted kidnapping, aiding and abetting kidnapping, conspiracy to commit kidnapping, and violation of California law. With this kidnapping charge, I would assume that they are talking about Capricorn Clark when she said that she was kidnapped by a pow point to help facilitate the break-in into Kid Cudi's home. The next charge is charge B, and it's the same exact thing with kidnapping. Attempted kidnapping, aiding and abetting kidnapping, conspiracy to commit kidnapping, and violation of New York law. Next one is arson, attempted arson, including aiding and abetting arson or conspiracy to commit arson in violation of California law. And we all know this one. This is about Kid Cudi's car being set on fire. And remind you, this is also a big deal because we had that police officer testify that he saw the bad boy Escalade in Kid Cudi's parking lot. And he saw them again going down the other side of the road. Next charge is bribery, including attempted bribery, aiding and abetting bribery, or conspiracy to commit bribery under California law. I would assume that was Diddy trying to bribe that hotel security worker to give him the videotape of that hotel footage of him assaulting Cassie. Next one is tampering with a witness or victim in violation of federal law. This one, we know this is one of the reasons that they denied Diddy's bail because they said that they had jail recorded phone calls of Diddy still doing this in jail. We also heard testimony from a couple people that alleged that the same thing was happening with them. Next one involves forced labor in violation of federal law. We know the forced labor charge is coming from Mia, one of Diddy's former personal assistants. Next charge that falls under the Rico is the trafficking in violation of federal law. This will be about Cassie Ventura and or Jane. Next one is transportation for the purposes of prostitution in violation of federal law. And then this charge comes up again for a second time in violation of federal law. The last charge that's falling under this Rico charge is distribution and possessing with the intent to distribute controlled substances in violation of federal law. If Diddy is found guilty of trafficking under the Rico, they want to know if it was for Cassie Ventura, Jane, or both of them. And this is because they actually have a special sentencing factor that was in Diddy's indictment. And if he's found guilty of both of these under the Rico charge, that means that Diddy is risking even more time for the Rico. With the special sentencing factor, the judge can basically give Diddy more time for not learning his lesson the first time. And we'll go ahead and finish with Diddy's other charges. We know count 2 is the trafficking of Cassie Ventura. And then count 3 is transportation with the intent to commit prostitution relating to Cassie Ventura. Count 4 is trafficking of Jane, and count 5 is transportation with the intent to commit prostitution relating to Jane. So yeah, this is all of the charges that the jury is going to have to determine if Diddy is guilty or not guilty of. Now we're seeing exactly what Diddy is being charged with and how many times under the Rico. It's a big deal because with the Rico charge, like I said, they only have to prove 2 that fall under that long list of alleged crimes for Diddy to be found guilty of Rico. What's really crazy about this, the jury might start deliberating as early as Friday of next week. Y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.